Webmasterradio.fm proudly presents the longest-running program on affiliate marketing. Welcome to Affiliate Buzz. Our hosts, James and Arlene Martell, are here to inspire, inform, and motivate you with expert insight, interviews, and information that will increase your bottom line. Advance your affiliate marketing efforts every week on Affiliate Buzz. Now, please welcome James and Arlene.
Hi, it's James Martell here, and welcome to another edition of the Affiliate Buzz. It's great to have you with us. Arlene is away today, but I do have a very special guest on the line, Ryan Carmody, who is an affiliate marketer and the founder of Healthy Smoothie HQ. And we'll be talking about opt-in offer incentives and how Ryan dramatically increased his email opt-in rates. Now, before Ryan joins us, just a reminder to our listeners that if you have questions at any time, you can visit us on Facebook at facebook.com/gotbuzzed. Ryan now has a passion for health and nutrition, which led to the creation of healthysmoothieHQ.com in 2011, and he lives in Detroit, Michigan. Ryan, welcome to the Affiliate Buzz.
Hi, James. Thanks. It's great to be here.
This is another one of those topics that is, of course, all so important to affiliates and I guess website owners of all sorts who really want to build up a steady stream of not only traffic but repeat traffic, people coming back over and over and over again to the site where we get an opportunity to build relationships with them and then offer them up products and services and solutions to I guess problems that they may be facing or things that they're up against. And developing a successful opt-in offer is something that can actually lead to that. And I know you've done just a great job on doing that. So I thought it'd be great to get you on to discuss how you've gone about creating your opt-in offer incentive, because I do know some people haven't quite got to that point yet. And then also how you've increased the actual opt-in rate using that incentive, plus one of the little tools that you found that has really helped you to dramatically increase those opt-in rates. Before we get into that, though, let's do this. Give us a little bit of your background, if you would. I know you're an affiliate marketer. We know you live in Detroit, Michigan, and you have the website healthysmoothieHQ.com. Give us a little bit of your background and the story around the site.
Sure. So I guess it was about 5 years ago, in an effort to improve my health and really get more fruits and vegetables into my diet, I began making smoothies for breakfast every day. And what I found is shortly after adopting that new habit is that I began to experience a bunch of improvements in my health. And I like to say that I have since become healthfully addicted to smoothies. And when I first started out, my initial recipes were pretty basic, but they really have evolved over the years as I've learned more about health and nutrition, and really all the possible ingredients that you can toss into your blender. And now I routinely use a combination of fruits and vegetables, different spices, herbs, and my new favorite food group, superfoods, to really make truly healthy, and of course, delicious smoothies. And I emphasize the delicious part of that because if the smoothies don't taste good, most people won't stick with them for very long. So what I found was that my smoothie site has been really a tremendous platform for me to share everything that I've learned and continue to learn, with others who are interested in smoothies and ultimately improving their health. So, I think that as far as health strategies go, for something as easy as making smoothies, you can really see some big results. But what ultimately led me to launching my site, my smoothie site, was my interest in affiliate marketing. I'd really been on the sidelines for several years, and this was, finally a chance for me to get into the game. And, since then, my smoothie site has really been a labor of love.
You have some pretty impressive traffic, and you started your site, you mentioned, back in 2011. Tell us how you got the site rolling, and then how you built out the traffic and to where the traffic is today.
Sure. So, the site is built on the the WordPress platform, and I set up some basic pages, and I think I got about 15 recipes on the site. So most of the posts on my site are actually smoothie recipes. Then I do have some other information related to smoothies. But I spent maybe about a month really kind of putting the site together. And then I launched it in 2011, as you mentioned. And shortly after that, well, actually, we'll get into that in a second. So I launched it, and of course, the traffic was pretty much non-existent. I was getting a few visits here and there, probably from my parents and friends who I told about the site. But over time, it's kind of been exponential growth of traffic. So now I'm to the point where I'm getting anywhere between 1,700 and 2,300 visitors a day.
Very impressive stats. And for those, let's take it back a little bit to the traffic. You mentioned when it first started, family, mom, friends, people you're showing the site to are pretty much the visitors. It's the time of a site launch when you look in the stats, and 25% of the traffic is yourself looking at the site. So it's always kind of funny in the early days. So when did you start to see the traffic really take off? And we're going to get to the email opt-in rate, because one of the things, of course, one of the reasons your traffic is so solid is because you do have an impressive subscriber list. Now, we'll talk about that in a moment. But when it started to go, of course, I always say it starts out as a trickle, turns into a steady stream, and then hopefully, if you're doing things correctly, it'll turn into a flood, which is pretty much where you are. You're heading now. So how did the traffic roll up? Maybe the first 6 months, and what did you do to build that traffic?
Sure. So, probably at about the 7th month mark was when I purchased 10-pack of the pad articles from you. And that was definitely something that elevated my traffic considerably. Prior to that, I did a little bit of backlink, a few of the different backlink strategies out there, leaving comments on blogs. I may have even gotten my site in a few directories. But it really wasn't until I got those pad articles from you that the traffic really started to pick up. And that was last summer. And then also, it was really about the beginning of this year, 2013, that I thought in January that the traffic spike was due to people who had New Year's goals, health goals around losing weight, eating healthier. And I saw my traffic, steadily go up around that time. And I thought, okay, it might level off, but it really hasn't. Since then, it's continued to trend upwards. And, I think one of the big things that I attribute that to is consistently creating content and publishing content, every week. And now, obviously, because of that, I have that many more articles and recipes out there for Google and the other search engines to crawl and index and ultimately send traffic to.
That's one thing you've been very consistent at with, hasn't it, is the adding of fresh content to your site.
Absolutely. I think that's one of the keys.
You'd mentioned to me how many subscribers a day that you now have joining your email list. We'll talk about that when we get back after the break. Before we go to a break, though, let's talk a little bit about the email newsletter that you've created. After the break, I'd also like to talk to you about autoresponders and how you've gone about putting that together and what you say in your newsletter. What you say in your autoresponder series. But let's talk about the periodic newsletter you send out first. Let's give us a little bit of a heads up on what you put in your newsletter. Sure.
So, of course, there's smoothie recipes, but I like to cover a lot more than just smoothies. So, really, ultimately, if people are wanting to get healthy, and there's usually some sort of a health issue that they're looking to address. So, for example, one of my newsletters is reducing inflammation with smoothies, or of course losing weight, how you can do that, achieve that with smoothies, because that's a big health concern of a lot of people right now. I have a newsletter that's dedicated to energizing smoothies, so the type of ingredients that you can put into your smoothie to increase your energy, because that seems to be a hot button topic for a lot of people. So I really do try to cover a lot of different health issues that you can address with smoothies, and the various ingredients that you can pop into your blender.
Let's do this. I can see we need to take a break. We'll be right back with Ryan Carmody from SmoothieHeadquartersHQ.com.
More Affiliate Buzz coming up after we hear from our sponsors.
Ever wondered how you could have access to your own SEO expert, paid search specialist, or social media wizard? Looking for help with your affiliate, display media, or email marketing? Look no further than the folks at Fang Digital Marketing. Fang Digital specializes in both paid and organic search, social media, display, and mobile advertising solutions, and is staffed by industry veterans from Google, Yahoo, and one of the industry's most influential PPC experts. Fang Digital's award-winning staff stays on top of the latest in digital trends and offer tailored solutions so they can audit your progress and build a roadmap to your success. Learn more about their expanding range of full-service strategic marketing solutions at fangdigital.com. That's F-A-N-G digital.com.
I'm John Ball, and I'm one of the founders of Page One Power. Page One Power is a custom link building firm based in Boise, Idaho. We increase search rankings and web traffic for world-class brands and mom-and-pop shops all around the globe. Our link building strategies work because we focus on relevancy and quality, and we don't outsource anything. Our in-house staff of professional writers and researchers is the best in the industry. We're the link builders you've been looking for. Visit us today at pageonepower.com.
Oh yeah, my day is done. Time for happy hour.
You're already done for the day?
Yeah, because I use certifiedknowledge.org. Their PPC tools literally save me hours every day.
How do you keep on top of all of Google's new features?
Easy. With Certified Knowledge, their interactive learning modules keep me up to date. And if there's something I don't know, I can watch their video lessons without having to hunt around the Google Help files.
Great. I'm ready to expand my knowledge.
Hi, I'm Brad Geddes. I'm the only leader officially supported by Google to teach the advanced track of the AdWords Seminars for Success. I personally recommend CertifiedKnowledge.org as your one-stop shop for all your PPC needs.
Learn, optimize, connect. Be smart. Go to CertifiedKnowledge.org now.
Life tips. Making your life smarter, better, faster, wiser. On demand anytime inside the entertainment channel, only on webmasterradio.fm. Time now to hear some more affiliate buzz on webmasterradio.fm. Here's James and Arlene.
Arlene is away today, but I do have Ryan Carmody on the line, and we're talking about opt-in offer incentives and how Ryan dramatically increased his email opt-in rate. So let's dig into that. Let's take you back, if we would, or if we could, to when you first got your site together. How long did it take you to finally get your and I say finally because so many people take a long time to get to this point, but how long did it take you to put a basic email opt-in form on your site? First name, email address.
It actually only took me about a month, and of all the things that I procrastinated on, thankfully that was one that I did not. After hearing you and other affiliate marketers emphasize how important building an email list is, I did do that pretty much from the get-go.
I do know as well that once you had that, then one of the next things you started working on was developing a nice little opt-in offer incentive. Could you tell us a little bit about how that came about?
Sure. So, when I first put out the email opt-in form there, I wasn't getting many subscribers, and I knew that I need, and if you've looked at other websites, you'll see that most people employ the strategy where they'll give away some sort of it's typically some sort of information product or ebook or newsletter series. So in my case, it made perfect sense to put together a quick little recipe ebook. So I have a little smoothie ebook. It's got about 16 recipes and some additional smoothie content that I put together, and I think I hired someone over at Elance to put together a little cover graphic to put right there on my opt-in form, and immediately after doing that, I saw my subscriber rate increase considerably.
I know one of the things as well. Once you finish that, you probably, and I don't quite know the story behind this, but how long did you leave it with just the opt-in offer incentive? I believe you had it at the top right-hand corner of the page. You have the nice little cover for the ebook, and then you've got first name and last name. How long did you leave it like that before you decided to have a look at it again?
Sure. I probably left it like that for a good 6 or 7 months. And then I didn't actually adjust that, but I did add it to the bottom of all of my posts. And I think I added it to my About page as well.
So if you wouldn't mind, before we talk about the next change you made, How many subscribers a day would you say are now subscribing to your email list?
Currently, on a good day, I'm getting 40 to 50 subscribers a day.
So at that particular rate, it doesn't take long to build up, does it?
No, it really doesn't. I mean, it went from, a few hundred to a few thousand pretty quickly.
I have an email here I'd like to share with listeners and probably yourself as well. This is from Eric Boyle, who also had a similar experience to you. And I was doing some coaching with Eric, and he actually owns the website centralpark.com. And it's a great site. If you're in Central Park, definitely you want to check out centralpark.com to find out all the cool things to do in the park. But one of the things that we talked about when I was doing some coaching with him was exactly this. We got to increase your opt-in offers, your opt-in rate. He had a little subscription form, still does, down in the bottom left-hand corner of the left-hand column, part way down the page, hard to see, didn't really stand out. And then he decided to go ahead and add a pop-up. And he was, like many of us, very cautious and apprehensive about doing that because we don't want to annoy our visitors. We've all been probably annoyed enough by pop-ups, but there's some really smart pop-ups out there these days that we can talk about in a minute. But here's what Eric said. He emailed me. He says, I got a case study for you. He says, about 45 days ago, I made a simple change to my website, which ended up in increasing my newsletter subscription rate by 2,100%. I went from 89 signups during the previous 45 days to over 2,000 just by doing one thing differently, something I had avoided for the past 9 years and should have done a long time ago. He says, hopefully this case study will get those who are sitting off the fence, and to definitely consider this technique. So I do know you started out very similar to Eric, where simple opt-in form, no real incentive. You then added an incentive, and then I know you added recently in the last. When did you add the pop? When did you add the pop-up?
I added that about 2.5 months ago.
And give us what happened when you added that pop-up.
My subscription rate pretty much doubled overnight.
And that's substantial, that's really, really substantial. 100% increase at any time. The difference between yourself and Eric, I've had a chance to kind of look at the two. Eric went from purely a simple opt-in form to adding the pop-up. You actually added the second step in there. So if you were to go back to your original numbers from just having a basic opt-in form with no incentive to where you are now with the incentive and the pop-up, I would imagine, I don't know what percentage that would be as an increase, but when it takes you all of a sudden up to 40 to 50 new subscribers a day, that's pretty impressive stuff. So let's talk about this pop-up. If you would, I know it's subscribers or listeners can find it at hybridconnect360.com, and it's just a beautiful little pop-up. I use it myself. And if you would tell the listeners how it works, because it's very smart. Sure.
So it's very easy to customize, and smart is the best way to describe it. So you go to a lot of websites these days, and they bombard you with pop-ups. Every time you visit a site, they bombard you with a pop-up, whether you subscribe to their newsletter or not. Well, with Hybrid Connect, it allows you to set how many seconds or even minutes after the person comes to your site that it actually pops up. So I believe I have mine set on about 30 seconds. And then it also lets you set how often it will pop up and based on visit. What I mean by that is if you've come to my site and it pops up for you and you close it, and then you come back, I think I have it set at 40 days. So if you come back 20 days later, it's not going to pop up. It won't pop up again until that 40th day hits. But it also allows you to, and this is probably the best feature of all, is if the person actually subscribes to my newsletter through Hybrid Connect, it's never going to open up again for them. And that's assuming they're on the same computer that they subscribe from, because it's based on cookies. But I think those features are what really drew me to using Hybrid Connect as opposed to some of the other pop-up plugins out there that, in my opinion, are just a little too intrusive.
I agree. Talk a little bit, if you would, about the Facebook functionality of it.
Sure. So as we know, Facebook is pretty darn popular, and lots of people are logged into their Facebook account pretty much 24/7. So if you do happen to be logged in your Facebook account when the pop-up is presented, it's literally just a one-click, a one-button click of the of the subscribe, to opt in to my newsletter. It's just I'm trying to picture the exact text of what it says on the button right now, but it's pretty elegant. It's really just one click and you're opted in.
Yeah, it's something around or something like opt in using your Facebook login. So it's a blue button across Facebook color blue. You click on it, and what it does, because you're logged in or the visitor's already logged into Facebook, and the stats that I read about the number of people logged into Facebook at any one time, 500 million people logged into Facebook at any one time. Hard to even begin to get your head around that. But if they're logged into Facebook, all they got to do is click the button, and automatically it will pull out their name and email address from Facebook, so they don't even have to enter it. So it's, as you said, it's literally click a button and in they go. So hybridconnect360.com, highly recommend it. Smartest pop-up I've ever personally seen. Ryan, I can see we are up against another break. When we get back, let's talk about the autoresponder series that you've set up and how that unrolls once somebody subscribes. We'll do that when we get back. We'll be back right after our sponsors.
More Affiliate Buzz coming up after we hear from our sponsors.
If you're constantly struggling to find more customers, revenue, or hours in the day, Infusionsoft can help you have the business you've always wanted. For over 10 years, Infusionsoft has been helping business owners just like you find the financial freedom and peace of mind you've been searching for.
I'm Scott Martineau, co-founder of Infusionsoft. If you're struggling to find more customers, more revenue, or more hours in the day, Infusionsoft is the proven solution you're looking for. Infusionsoft, the only all-in-one sales and marketing software created specifically for small businesses.
Learn more at www.infusionsoft.com/radio.
I'm John Ball, and I'm one of the founders of Page One Power. Page One Power is a custom link building firm based in Boise, Idaho. We increase search rankings and web traffic for world-class brands and mom-and-pop shops all around the globe. Our link building strategies work because we focus on relevancy and quality, and we don't outsource anything. Our in-house staff of professional writers and researchers is the best in the industry. We're the link builders you've been looking for. Visit us today at pageonepower.com.
Building better search engine rankings takes the right formula. Tracking those rankings is super simple. All you need is authoritylabs.com. Authority Labs uses automated daily rank tracking tools to monitor your site's performance or leverage their API to build your own tools. No matter what animal-labeled algorithms affect your ranking, you should be using Authority Labs. Unlimited users for no additional cost and white labeling can help keep your clients updated and save countless hours of creating reports. Whether you're running sites with just a few or millions of keywords, what you need is authoritylabs.com.
Webmasterradio.fm. We're everywhere.
Time now to hear some more Affiliate Buzz on webmasterradio.fm. Here's James and Arlene.
Arlene is away today, although I've seen her just back into the driveway. She's just on a side note, out buying a little gift for our granddaughter. Always fun. This beautiful thing about affiliate marketing is taking some time away in midday and just taking off. But I do have Ryan Carmody on the line, and we're talking about opt-in offer incentives and how Ryan dramatically increased his opt-in rates. Now, Ryan, let's talk a little bit about the mechanics of the opt-in. You talked about Hybrid Connect over at hybridconnect360.com. Of course, that ties into pretty much most email marketing software, Aweber, MailChimp, and so on. Once somebody clicks on the subscribe button or enters their first name and email address and clicks on subscribe, you then, of course, have them double opt in, and then you give them the free ebook or the recipe with the recipes and everything that's contained within it. Then you have an autoresponder series that begins. Would you explain how you have set that up?
Sure. So, that was really easy to do with an Aweber. That's who I use. Right now, I have about 25 emails in my autoresponder or my follow-up series, and they're spaced out about a week apart. I think I have it set at 7 days. And just as a quick note, I did a fair amount of testing on this, and I found that the open rates were the highest early in the morning. So based on the person's local time zone, I send mine out between about 7 and 9 a.m. But the beauty of a follow-up series is that you write the email once, and it's good to go pretty much forever. So I found that to be really valuable for getting content out to the people that subscribe to my list.
Now, for the listeners who may not have yet put together an opt-in offer or an autoresponder series, let's dig in a little bit more to this autoresponder series. I've been using them for years. I've got one autoresponder series that sends out an email once a week for the first month, then it goes every 2 weeks, and then it goes every 3 weeks. And it actually runs for 4.5 years. So it really takes a long time to get through them all. And of course, when you're writing them, you have to be careful that you're not stale dating. You're not mentioning things that are going to go stale. So you've got to go through them all the time. And there's some things to kind of keep in mind. You don't want to be pitching all the time. You don't want to be, continually making offers. And I think we've all been on lists, usually for not a very long period of time, where it's what you would call a pitch fest. Every time you open an email, they're trying to sell you something, and there's really no great information in there. You didn't take that tact. You have some very information-rich emails from what I understand. Explain the type of content that, or maybe take us through one of your emails mentally. How did you construct it?
Sure. So, and you're right. I really did take the opposite approach of pushing products and offers, and I really focused on delivering, valuable content. So, what I typically do in my emails is so, for example, I have one, it's the lowdown on sweeteners. So I cover what are some of the good, healthy sweeteners that you want to use in your smoothies. And then I go through some of the ones that you'd want to avoid. So I'll usually start out my emails, on a topic such as that. And then at the bottom of my email, I'll offer 3 or 4 smoothie recipes, kind of based around what I covered at the beginning of my email. So if I covered a particular ingredient, I'll certainly use that. Or in this case, I covered some of my recommended sweeteners, so honey, maple syrup, using fruit. And then I'll, of course, have some recipes down below, which include those ingredients.
I do know as an affiliate, of course, you're not selling smoothie recipes, and one of the products that you represent for one of the merchants is the BlendTech blender. And I would assume within your email series, you always provide from time to time, I would think, a promotional piece for the blender?
Absolutely. So I'll typically space my promotional emails within my follow-up series out maybe every 5 or 6 emails. I'll pitch something. And, it's really not a hard pitch. I really cover the tools that I use to make healthy smoothies and give the readers, my personal experience with them and why I think that it might be a good fit for them.
One of the things that I do that I find that works so well is very similar to what you just said. Mine is usually a 3 or 4 to 1 ratio. So it's usually 3 or 4 action-packed emails with just information. There's nothing for sale in it. It could be something as simple as talking about. Let's take the Hybrid Connect 360.com plugin, and we should have mentioned that's a plugin for WordPress as an example. That is a great little plugin, and if I was going to add it to my autoresponder series, which I probably will on one of my sites, I would create 3 or 4 really detailed emails about why you should have an email list and why you should be on top of that, and how things to think about when creating an opt-in offer and things to think about when developing an autoresponder series. And then at the end of that, I would then say, and by the way, if you need a great little plugin that will help you increase opt-in rates, then I would explain how the Hybrid Connect plugin works. And as you said, we're not really hard pitching at all. And I think that's one of the misnomers that a lot of people have about emails, is that because we've been on a few of these lists where it is nothing but a hard sell, and it's uncomfortable, and it's rookie in my mind. So some people have a tendency to steer away from email. But if you would wrap this up for us, and for those that may be considering really taking their email marketing campaign development more seriously, give them some words of advice and a little bit of encouragement.
Sure. So I don't think you can underestimate the importance of building an email list, because really, if you think about it, that's someone giving you permission to contact them. And in this world that we live in which we're bombarded from all angles, I think that that's very powerful. So I really think that should be definitely part of your overall strategy. And one thing I I don't think we did mention about Hybrid Connect is it does allow you to really customize the look and feel of that pop-up. There's a lot of different settings, and I was able to set it up so that it really looks nice when it opens up on my screen, because that obviously is going to go a long way in your conversion rate there too.
Absolutely. And Ryan, I can see we are out of time. To those listeners who would like to take Ryan up on his smoothie offer, I would encourage you to head over to Healthy Smoothie HQ and get opted into his list. Be a good way for you to get some great smoothie recipes. Maybe take him up on his Blendtec blender. And we all know many affiliates sit in front of the computer way too long. And I would put myself in that category. But we're out of time. New episodes of the Affiliate Buzz can be heard every Thursday at 5 p.m. Eastern and 2 p.m. Pacific. You can access the archives for our previous shows on webmasterradio.fm, jamesmartell.com, and on iTunes. Ryan, thanks so much. And to our listeners, thanks for listening to another edition of the Affiliate Buzz.
This has been a presentation of webmasterradio.fm, the world's largest business-to-business radio and podcast network. We welcome you to sample past episodes of this program, as well as our complete library of programs, on demand or on the air via our 24/7 live audio stream at www.webmasterradio.fm. The opinions expressed on this program are those of the guests and hosts and do not necessarily reflect those of webmasterradio.fm's management or sponsors. Any rebroadcast or redistribution without authorized consent of webmasterradio.fm is prohibited.